The new update preview video is live for Raid, and we're going to watch it. Welcome in. My name is PJ. This is another Raid Shadowlands video, and let's get right to it. So I've not seen this yet, this specific video. I have seen some other CCs do some test server content and showcase some stuff there, but as far as the update preview from Raid specifically, I have not seen this, so we're going to be watching this together, and let's see what they have to say.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
It's time for another update preview video.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
This time we're covering Faction Wars new hard difficulty.
It's coming.
There are new rewards and reworked bosses.
Cool.
So sit tight and let's dive into
Sunken
it.
Temple.
You're already familiar with the concept thanks to the introduction of hard mode dungeon. Select the harder difficulty and you'll get greater rewards for completing stages. With Faction Wars, the crypt stages will be far more challenging.
So it looks like starting at
stages.
So stage 1 is 4 to 6 star glyphs. On stage 15 is where you're going to start getting the 5 and 6 star only.
Far more challenging.
And then I think that goes all the way down to 5 to 6 star.
Faction Wars on normal.
Yep, and that makes sense. You got to do all of normal Faction Wars first before you even have to worry about this. So because I'm not done with your Lydia, make sure you guys are working towards that. She's amazing. It's a big grind, and you're not going to be able to get into hard mode until you finish normal. So yeah, definitely something you want to be working towards. And if you're close, then definitely push towards it. That final last few stars can be tough, but well worth it. She's amazing, and now with the hard mode coming out, it's even more important, I think. Hold up, guys. Now is the perfect time to click on my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 4 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Step 1, log out of Player and Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to the inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato after signing up, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. So click on my link right now and let's crush this together.
And recruited Lydia the Death Siren. If more factions are released in the future though, anybody who's already unlocked hard difficulty will retain access to it. You'll just need to clear the new faction's normal mode before you can access it on hard. Oh, and you'll be able to...
Okay, there you go. So eventually they're going to be adding at least one more faction. I wouldn't be surprised if they added more than one faction. I think this game is many more years to come. As far as playability, I could see them adding more than just one more faction. So if you did clear all of normal, you're on hard, and they add the new faction, then you're going to have to go in, clear it on normal for you to unlock the hard stage, but you'll still be able to do the rest of the hard mode. You just won't be able to do that faction until you clear the normal, which makes sense.
And you'll be able to enter Faction Wars on hard using the same crypt key. Good thing the crypt keepers haven't changed the lock. The schedule will also remain the same across both difficulties, so
makes sense.
No confusion there. And that's all there is to the basics of Faction Wars on hard difficulty, but there's a bit more than tougher enemies for you to contend with. First up, there's a separate chain of
some reward energy. This is, I believe, the relic materials. Some oils from the Sand Devil, some silver. I'm sure this is going to be a juicy 200,000. Maybe if they're really generous, 500,000 silver. Obviously, I'm joking with the juicy, but not joking with the amount of silver. We're probably gonna get that. Maybe they'll give us like 1 million. Primal's nice though, and then obviously the mythical champion is the real prize, and she looks pretty cool. Probably do a video going over her kit later, but from what I've seen so far, she looks really cool.
Wars for faction.
No pun intended, because she's also like half fire, half freeze, so cool freeze. Sorry, you know, little pun.
Faction Wars challenges on hard. It won't be quite as simple as before to get them though. Clearing
a lot
the stage
harder.
with no loss will only net you 2 stars instead of 3 this time around. That 3rd star will have stage-specific requirements attached to it, which you'll be able to check on the team selection.
I think some people thought this might be just for the bosses, and the other stages outside the boss stages would be normal. No, this is every stage has its own condition. If you want to 3-star each stage, you have to meet the condition. So some people might be a little bit surprised about that. I was assuming and was under the impression that it was going to be every stage had its own condition, and that is what it is. But some of the conditions are pretty tough. I'm not sure how many they're going to go through in this video, but I've seen some of them in some other videos. A few of them do look pretty difficult.
Stage, or in the info pop-up on the team selection window before diving to battle. Tap the 3-star conditions drop-down menu, choose the faction you need, and check the challenges for that faction.
So you take a quick look at some of the stages. So this is for Orc, stage 1. Place 10 more provoke debuffs. It doesn't sound too bad. Stuns. Again, these also, there's sets that can do these as well. So if you don't have a champion that does provoke or stun, if you don't have a champion that does it, then you can get a set that can do these as well, so that's pretty good. Reduce 6 enemies HP by 50% with 1 skill. Okay, so you need a big AoE damage dealer, AoE hitter. Manipulate skill cooldowns by 10. That could be interesting because I feel like some factions don't have a lockout champion or a cooldown manipulator. And if they do, it might be only one. It might be a void Lego or something. So that one could be a little tricky if I'm thinking of the right thing. Place 10, HP turn debuffs, not bad. Manipulate turn meter 40 times, so you need a bunch of turn meter control. Clear stage in 100 turns, so you're gonna need to do it pretty quickly. More provokes, more stuns. Do they go down farther?
Some stages will require you to manipulate enemies.
So this one, use at least 3 epic champions for stage 10. I think this is defeat all enemies when they have no buffs on them. Manipulate buffs or debuffs duration 30 times, it looks like.
Cooldown. Some will task.
Defeat 30 enemies using ally attack or counterattacks. Clear this stage in 150 turns. Undead, there's Catacomb Counselor for ally attack. He's an epic, so you might have to start building in some of these rares or epics that kind of like Cursed City where you wouldn't use them in anywhere else, but now they have a spot here because you have to 3-star this stage 13 and you need the ally attack, so there you go. We got to build up the rare or the epic, which isn't necessarily bad, but some people don't like it. I don't mind it, but that could turn some people off.
With slaying your
See if we see any
foes
more. Beat this stage with all champions alive at all times, so no one can die. That could be a little tricky. No dying.
Heal.
Defeat 40 enemies before they take a turn, I think that says.
Perhaps you'll need to land killing.
Stage 17. Don't land any weak hits. We'll probably have to do another video talking about this one and some of these stages specifically, but wow, no weak hits. That seems super toxic unless you have an all void team or you're running like Affinity Breaker, and even Affinity Breaker, it's 50-50, so it's not perfect. That could be super toxic. That is probably one of the scariest ones I've seen so far. That is very, very scary. So stage 18 says defeat 3 enemies while your champions are under 7 or more buffs, it looks like. Don't let your enemies use any active skills. That's going to be a really tricky one too. So you're going to have to try to lock them out, lock active skills, put their skills on cooldown. So that one could be pretty tricky. No one could use an active skill. So they can only A1 the entire fight. Then stage 20, keep all your champions above 75%. That can be a little bit tricky too through the entire fight. Because it's not like if you end the battle with 75% or more, it works. I think it's through the entire fight you need 75% or more, which can be a little tricky. If one of your damage dealers, something drops below 75%, sorry, failed, you gotta redo it. And then 21, clear the stage in 200 turns. So that one doesn't look
challenges
as
are tough,
bad.
but we've chosen them carefully to each faction's right.
So let's do, we'll replay that and hear what he's saying, because I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. I was kind of just looking at these stages. So we'll go back and hear what he has to say about these. Or he said that they tried to pick the stages or the challenges that would fit well for the factions. Hopefully that is true and they didn't screw us. But I guess we will be the final judges, Polarium. You say a lot, but we will be the judge of that. We'll see how true that is in the future.
Some stages will require you to manipulate enemy skill cooldowns.
Okay.
Some will task you with slaying your foes without letting them heal.
No healing.
Perhaps you'll need to land killing blows when your enemies have no buffs.
Yep.
The challenges are tough, but we've chosen them carefully to suit each faction's roster of champions.
Hopefully.
Conquering these challenges will be worth it though. Clearing all stages with 3 stars in hard mode allows you to recruit Polera Fireheart, a brand new mythical from the Sacred
She looks
Order,
pretty cool.
as well as a bunch of other goodies. We'll release a dedicated champion spotlight to showcase Polera's skill
Aha,
kit
pretty
soon.
cool. Again, pun intended. There we go. Cool. Got some freeze. Graphically, looks really snowy. Looks really nice. I'm a big fan of how she looks. The fire ice is a cool combo.
Don't miss it. Oh, and remember the tainted bosses we introduced to the hard mode dungeons?
Yes.
Well, say hello to the tainted faction Crypt Keepers. Each one will have a particular focus that affects the battle in a different way. For example, Tainted Protector will
Why is this here? Go away.
revive his minions, buff them, and wreak havoc upon your team. Tainted Dueler, on the other hand, will reflect damage, transfer all debuffs from himself to your champions, and then smack them really hard. We won't spend time here diving into their skills and the tactics you'll need
That
to
can be
beat them,
annoying,
but we'll post
reflecting
dedicated
debuffs.
boss guides in-game when the feature goes live. Just tap the handy icon in the team selection screen to get a helping hand.
So this is like the blue boss attacks all enemies, has a 60% chance of placing a true fear. Okay. Revives all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter. Places a berserk debuff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a decreased speed on all enemies. That can be pretty nasty. And then looks like it places 30% increased crit rate and crit damage on all allies for 2 turns.
Get a helping hand.
Like,
Now then,
all allies for 2 turns. If at least one ally is alive, then team up with all allies to attack a single enemy, if one ally is alive. So looks like they have an ally attack with also boosting up their crit and crit damage. So that's pretty nasty.
back to the rewards. You'll be able to get goodies such as artifact and craft materials that you already know, and glyphs, including brand new rare, epic, and legendary rank 6
Okay, so this
glyphs.
is very new.
These new glyphs will be usable on all existing stats that glyphs cover, but can only be used on rank 6 gear. The stat bonuses they provide will be greater than what you've seen before. So save them for your best gear.
This is
You'll also earn rewards for clearing hard.
This is pretty game changing. So they are power creeping the glyphs by kind of quite a bit. This was kind of what I was thinking they were going to do. I said earlier that I think they were going to do, I kind of called it. I think I said like 8 to 12 and it's 7 to 12. But pretty much how it is the legendary, they don't show a speed glyph here, but they do show a defense glyph.
So
you can see a 6-star legendary glyph now does 7 to 12, whereas before a 6-star glyph does 3 to 8, which is a big difference. So you're like almost having how good it could be. And this with the speed is what I'm really concerned about. So you go from 3 to 8 with the speed to 7 to 12 on the speed. So people are already pushing 500 plus speed. So people are going to be going well into the 500s now. This is going to be quite a big speed jump for a lot of people. Speed has been king and it's going to be even more prevalent now with these glyphs in here and just all kind of stats in general. Every stat is getting a big boost and a big bump, and how strong people can get their nukers, how fast, how tanky, how much accuracy, how much res you can get on champions. Every stat's going to be inflated, which could be good, could be bad depending on how you're looking at it. But with these kind of games, there's always going to be power creep. There's just how it is. You need the big spenders to keep going, keep spending, keep grinding, keep pushing for more and more. And how you do that? Better stats, better gear. And so it made sense. This is kind of what I was predicting. But now that it's actually here and confirmed, it's like, wow, we are really in the next era of Raid now. These legendary glyphs are going to be really, I think, game-changing.
You've seen before, so save them for your best gear. You'll also earn rewards for clearing hard mode stages 7, 14, and 21 in each.
Sadly, it doesn't look like we're getting relic crafting materials for, like, extra crafting materials for clearing it. Like, you're gonna get crafting materials for just beating it, but it would have been nice if they could have given us a bonus, some extras for being the boss.
On normal. Don't forget there's also a brand new reward chain along the bottom of the Faction Wars main window to progress through hard mode. You already know about Polara Fireheart. Before you reach that final milestone reward, there are shards, soul stones, skill tomes, plenty more awaiting you.
We like those.
Hard mode stages also drop relic crafting materials whenever you complete
the
them.
relics.
And not just your usual relics either. We're introducing a brand new group of relics specifically for Faction Wars.
Faction War relics.
8 new relics in total.
So we'll be taking a look at those in the future as well.
Epic, legendary.
First look, they look decent, pretty good. I think the lore ones look actually pretty good.
One that'll remove all buffs.
Some of the rare and epic ones look nice.
Deal increased damage according to the number of buffs removed. If extra turns are your thing,
this one looks pretty cool.
Coming that'll increase your chances.
This Raven one with the extra turns.
When you've got any active skills on cooldown and the wearer's default skill. One of these new relics also comes with a fancy new debuff.
There are a couple new debuffs.
Champions that decide to use div skills. Keep your eyes peeled on our social media.
I believe there's 2 new debuffs coming in. That one they just showed, fatigue. I'm not sure how well it's actually going to work. We'll probably do another video going over that as well. Once it's actually in game, we can take a better look at it. But from what I'm understanding is after they use their move, they put a sleep on them or a fatigue on them. Yeah, like if you hit them, it wakes up. And I'll have to do a deeper dive into fatigue and the other one. There's another debuff as well. The other one could be a little bit more interesting, but I don't know how good fatigue's actually going to be. Sleep in the game is kind of eh. And this is kind of like, seems like a very similar thing to sleep. So we'll see how it actually plays out. But not too excited for it, but we'll have to see how it plays.
Folks, we'll be releasing detailed infographics detailing all 8 relics coming as part of this update.
Cool, we'll be looking at those for sure.
This preview. Don't forget to complete any existing faction crypts you've still got unfinished. Be sure to like the video and hit subscribe to the official Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel to stay up to date on all things Raid. Perfect.
Well, that was an awesome video. I'm really happy they released it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys seen this, if you guys watched other CCs do some test server stuff. I'm going to be doing more of a deep dive into the relics, into the new champions, into the mythical once they are in the game and I can actually get my hands on looking at them and reviewing the kits. It's kind of hard right now because they're not in the game yet and I don't have test server access. Not yet, at least. If we hit some more subscribe buttons, then maybe we'll get there one day. But as of now, no test server access. So I have to do it just by watching. Nothing wrong with that. We'll keep doing our best and see how it goes. But leave a like, leave a comment with what you guys think of New and Hard Faction Wars coming out. I think some people are excited, some people might not be excited. Some of the challenges are a little scary to me. The no weak hitting one, I think could be a big pain in the butt. So that one's kind of scary. And there's a few others I think look kind of tricky. But overall, I'm pretty excited. And just getting the new rewards, new mythical, new relics should be good. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day/night. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.